Hey guys, it's Jason. So in this video, I'll be breaking down which spec MacBook Air I think is best for different types of needs. So if you're in the market for a new thin and light computer, I think the MacBook Air is the computer to get. However, if you're looking for a portable workstation, I would recommend looking up at the 16-inch MacBook Pro. I'm working on a video about that right now, so please consider subscribing and stay tuned for that video. Without further ado, let's start speccing the MacBook Air. Alright, so I'm heading to the Apple Store on my computer. So yeah, here we are at the MacBook Air's landing page. Looks really good. Right here, it tells you it's $100 cheaper for the base MacBook Air if you shop in the education store. So if you are in college or high school or in any of those things, you can just go to the education store. But I'll just stay in the regular store for now. And so it gives you two options, and it doesn't really matter which one you pick first because whichever spec you want, you can get in both versions. So I'm just going to start off with the base price. And so over here, it tells you the standard specs, which is nice. It has a Retina display. It has processor, RAM, storage, graphics, and the new Magic Keyboard. That's also really nice. Yeah, so let's look at the options, right? There's three options. And so the first option is the i3. So for people who are thinking about using this laptop for like emails, web surfing, and creating PowerPoints or anything like lightly intensive, I would recommend getting the i3 because based on the videos I've seen, the i3 benchmarks are really solid and will definitely be able to run daily tasks really quickly and efficiently. So for an extra $100, you can get the quad-core i5, which has a higher turbo boost speed. So for those of you who are planning to do some light video editing work or some light photo editing work, I think the extra $100 would be well spent here. The performance gains are actually pretty substantial. However, the extra cores and higher clock speeds might mean that this computer will get hotter more quickly than the i3. So if you're planning to do some light video edits on your lap, it might get a little bit hotter quicker, and then the fans might get louder sooner. But I mean, if you're doing video editing, that's kind of expected. But overall, I think the i5 is a great upgrade for $100. And so you can spend an extra $150 for the i7, which comes with a little bit higher base clock and a little bit higher turbo boost again. This is still a quad-core processor just like the i5, but you do get higher clocks. However, I would not recommend this upgrade for 99% of people. I think the 1% I would recommend this to are people who really need maximum performance from a thin and light laptop, which is not many people. So yeah, I don't think this is the move for most people. The performance gains on the i7 compared to the i5 are not that different. Sure, you'll get a couple seconds faster on your like video exports, but for most people, I think the i5 is the max processor to get from the new MacBook Airs. Moving on to RAM. So there's only two options. There's 8 gigabytes and 16 gigabytes. RAM is mainly for multitasking. So for 90% of people out there, I think 8 gigabytes will definitely be enough for like daily multitasking. But for those of you who know that you'll be multitasking a lot, you could spend the extra $200 and get the 16 gigs of RAM. But I feel that if you're going to be multitasking that much, the processor could be holding you back. Having all those applications open would require more processing power to handle all those tasks. But if you really do need all that extra multitasking on a MacBook Air, the 16 gigs of RAM is a solid purchase. I personally wouldn't get this upgrade because I don't think I would need that much multitasking performance from a MacBook Air. I think the MacBook Air is a perfect machine to handle like everyday tasks. So yeah, I think 8 gigabytes should be enough for the majority of you guys. So what about storage? There's four options: 256 gigs, 512 gigs, 1 terabyte, and 2 terabytes. I would personally get the 256 gig storage and then have a external hard drive to hold on to my big files. However, if that's too much of a hassle to carry an extra hard drive for you, upgrading to higher capacities could be worth it. It is a bit pricey, but I mean, there's no other way to upgrade your internal storage. If you're only using this laptop for daily tasks and you're not really planning on editing videos that much or anything like really that takes up much space, then I think 256 gigs is the move. And if you're going to be editing some videos and photos, I would carefully decide between 256 gigs and 512. If you really do need that storage and you know for sure that you're going to use it, 512 is the move. It's extra $200, but I think it's well worth it. 256 gigs isn't bad, and I really recommend that to most people, but maybe 512 gigs is a safer choice for the future. And the 1 terabyte and 2 terabyte options are really expensive. I mean, if you know that you're really going to use those storage options, go for it. But I would recommend getting an external hard drive for a lot of files. So final thoughts, I like how Apple kept the spec options fairly simple this year. I feel that whichever spec you get, you're really gonna enjoy your MacBook Air. It already comes with a bright display, really good speakers, and a reliable keyboard. Plus, Apple's build quality is top notch. So that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section down below. And please consider subscribing and stay tuned for more videos related to tech. And stay safe, stay healthy. See you guys in the next video.